Welcome back to the Lagoon, everybody. It's Gill-boy here, and I just wanted to make this quick little video in celebration of the Fantastic Four First Steps coming out this Friday. I know there's going to be a couple of early showings Wednesday and Thursday nights, so if you're lucky to get to behold the film on those days, please comment down below and let me know what you thought, and also like this video and subscribe and turn on the bell notifications. Well, I'm really excited for the Fantastic Four, and I was going through all my comics again and trying to bag and board some stuff, and I came across and found some of more, or the last remnants of my Fantastic Four collection. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a little quick video and just kind of geek out and nerd out. And I'm really hoping that the new Fantastic Four movie will be good. I will definitely do a first thoughts and impressions video like I did for my Superman. Hopefully it will not be me screaming and hollering at a bunch of nerds online, and I really hope that the movie will be good. Now, I was really excited when I found this issue because this is one of the first Fantastic Four comics I really ever read as a kid. And this is what really made Doctor Doom one of my favorite villains of all time. Now, you'll notice it's really just Human Torch, the Thing, and the Invisible Woman fighting off against Doomsday. As it says here, 3 against Doomsday. And this is a pretty cool comic. It's an old school one. Came out in October of 1983. And, it's just got really good art. And, they really don't make comic books like this these days. Nowadays, this panel, or at least you would see the Thing here, and the building would be half this size, and the artist wouldn't even bother having this taxi here. It would just be this one, and then the tree would be even more off panel here. So it's nice and refreshing to go back to these old school comics and get to see also a really kind of fun villain called Pyros the Terrible. So it'd be cool if they ever bring him into the films, but who knows. Also, look at the Thing there, man spreading like a champion right there. But yeah, this is one of the first Fantastic Four comics I'd ever really read as a kid, and it really made me love them. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is actually my dad's comic, or it was my mom's. Like I honestly can't remember. I was such a young Gill-boy that I can't recall if it was my mother or my father's. This too was a part of that collection as well. Again, I think it's part of the same run there, and it's just a really great issue. It's been a long time since I've read it. I probably need to go back and read it because it's been a while since I've read it. But yeah, look, you can kind of see there that we're getting the kind of Fantastic Four First Steps kind of look there. And if I'm not mistaken, something goes wrong with Johnny, and it's like the Thing having to go and save Mr. Johnny there. Yeah, so yeah, Johnny. So yeah, cool issue there for sure. Now, this next issue that you see down there. Now that is a very special issue for Gill-boy, because that's what really made me fall in love with Doctor Doom, man. I mean, this is if you've never read this issue, I highly recommend it. It's a good one. Issue 500, and as you can see, it's a holographic issue, and this is the director's cut, what have you. It's pretty beat up because I read it a lot, and living down here at the lagoon and all the water, you can imagine all the splash kind of permanently being in the splash zone, as they say. But yeah, it's really cool because it's like Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards here, gets in contact with Doctor Strange, basically, and Doctor Doom's a powerful sorcerer in his own right, badass magic user, and I think here he's got little Franklin. So if I'm not mistaken, Franklin's gonna be a big part of that new Fantastic Four film. But yeah, look at that. We have such sights to show you. Yeah, pretty metal. This is a really badass comic, and This is what made me, like I said, fall in love with Doctor Doom. Look at all these ads, man. Oh yeah, everybody remember that movie? Oh, can you hear my so long? Yeah, Evanescence. Yeah, great band, right? And but yeah, look at Doctor Doom being a sorry mofo. Look at them. They're trying. Melkor would like this issue. The Satan. But yeah, it's a great issue. I highly recommend it. If you haven't read this one, pick it up. It's pretty good. I need to get me another copy because this is really damaged. But I just wanted to keep it and bang and board it for memory's sake. So yeah, really great issue there. So this next issue, as you can see there, the last Fantastic Four issue. This was a time when, Marvel was mad because Fox, Sony owned the rights to the Fantastic Four, and so they were like, fine, well, we're just gonna stop making Fantastic Four comic books, and to be, nerding out aside, Fantastic Four has really only been for like die-hard Marvel fans and fanboys. And yes, I am a hardcore Marvel fan. I know I've been throwing a lot of shade at him in my recent videos, but let's be honest, Disney Marvel's unwatchable garbage for the most part. I know Thunderbolts is really good. I had a good time with that. I didn't want to waste my time with Captain America, so I can't really give an opinion on that. But I have to say that the Fantastic Four looks pretty promising, especially with the recent trailers. But yeah, Stan Lee, if I'm not mistaken, Stan Lee actually wrote this, yeah. And John Romita Jr. is the penciler, Scott Hanna the inker, and Maury Hallowell the colorist. I know some people have an issue with Romita Jr.'s style, but I actually think he's a decent artist, and man, I'm just really hoping, I can't wait for this part in the new movie, because it's clobbering time! Imagine if the Thing was like death metal vocalist. But yeah, this is a pretty fun issue, and it gives you good closure, and this is when Iwato's like, I require a triple cheeseburger, and I want it also fried with extra bacon and half a tub of mayonnaise. No, okay, I need to stop. That's mean. But yeah, this is a good one, and it's pretty far out, man. Trying to emulate Kirby, the great '60s stuff. But yeah, I don't want to show too much, but it is cool to see the Avengers show up. You got Vision, the Mighty Thor there, and Captain America, and then of course Daredevil and Spidey and Namor. Yeah. So this is a great issue. I can't recommend it enough. Also, this movie, side note, is pretty badass if you're hungry for some Doctor Strange stuff. But yeah, I wanted to bag and board this bad boy because I remember going in the comic book store. In fact, I know it's hard to believe being a Gill-boy, a horrific demon of the deep, but I would come to shore every once in a while and go volunteer at a comic book shop and, stock stuff. And my payment was I got to read comics for free, which was fine by me. Now, this is one of my absolute favorite comic books of all time pertaining to the Fantastic Four. Now, this is kind of like a... you can see here it's part 1 of 4. But this is kind of, if I'm not mistaken, like a what-if scenario. And I got this around Halloween time. And I'm going to have another special bag and boarding video coming out soon about my Predator comics. And I talk about this gas station that I would go and get my comics from. And I got this comic. If I'm not mistaken, I mentioned this comic in that video. So here it is. I actually found it. I got so excited. But this is kind of like, what if Galactus showed up and Victor Von Doom here was like, you know what? I'm going to make it to where the Fantastic Four loses. And I'm wondering if that's actually how the new Fantastic Four movie is going to go. I wonder if it's going to kind of try to be as dark as Infinity War, and we see them lose against the mighty Galactus, whose hunger cannot be satiated. But yeah, they got this awesome part here with Dr. Doom standing up to him, and he's like, listen to me, Victor. We don't have much time, and there's too much at stake.
Our only chance of defeating Galactus is to combine the key components of the energy nullifier with those of your Siphon suit. Yes, I understand, Richards. It would work, but Doom needs no one. I will not share my glory with you. Don't be a fool, Victor. This isn't time to... Good Lord, we're too late. Galactus has activated the elemental converter. Reed! Sue! Curse you, Victor. You condemned us all. May God have mercy on your eternal soul. Richards. The world is truly coming to an end. Must activate the chrono displacement machine while there's still time.
It's so badass because it's like, you know, it continues in the Avengers because it's like Doctor Doom is like willing to allow the entire planet and the universe to be destroyed to defeat the Fantastic Four, and that's just so deliciously evil that you know, it only re-solidified him being my favorite villain of all time. So glad I found this comic. It brought back a lot of nostalgia for me. But yeah, definitely check out this run. I need to collect the whole run, but yeah, that's a great comic, and I'm really excited to see Galactus in IMAX and on the big screen. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Oh, what do we have here? And hang clutches. Don't worry, this isn't Jonathan Majors, so no women were hurt in the making of this comic book. But yeah, you got Hercules trying to pimp slap thing there, and look, the Black Knight, remember? What's his name from Game of Thrones? Yeah, that definitely was going to happen, wasn't it? Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, this is a pretty cool comic. I remember reading this a long time ago, and I was just like, oh. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, I thought Kang was a pretty decent villain. I like how he is more in the comics. I still haven't seen I saw the Loki stuff, and for the most part, I thought it was interesting how they've done Kang, but from what I'm seeing, Marvel's kind of like abandoning that because of the controversy. And I honestly think they should just recast him, and I guess their greatest mistake was showing the multiverse of Kangs and making them all look like the actor, because you could have just easily been like, well, that was just, a different actor because this is another King from multiverse. But yeah, unfortunately, that's not the case. You get a really cool look at the enemies of Fantastic Four here. But yeah, this is a really cool issue. You got little Franklin there again, and then look, he's even got the old school Nintendo. That's pretty far out. I remember reading that and then being like, you know what, I just want to stop reading this and go play some Castlevania and some Mario. But yeah, I found this. I was pretty excited. This is pretty awesome. This is the whole Citizen Kane thing that they did far better in the comics than they did in the Disney stuff. But I'm not trying to make this video to throw shade at Marvel, but y'all better get your shit together, because Superman's doing pretty good. I know the Snyder Bros are having a hard time coping, but they live in a different reality from most people anyway. So but yeah, so let's check out the Thing. So the Thing is such a badass character, so awesome that he got his own series. And this is whenever, Marvel went super, dark in the 90s. And Todd McFarlane, the guy who created Spawn and all that, started drawing Spider-Man. And, Ghost Rider started teaming up with Morbius. And it's just so cool. And, this is like one of my favorite comics back in the day. Seeing freaking Ghost Rider and Thing fighting and then kind of teaming up to bring justice to people. Really, really cool. Check out Nicolas Cage right there.
Yeah, now I shall see if my reckless pursuers possess the courage to match their bravado. Already I can see their eyes grow wide with terror. Yeah.
No, that's more He-Man. But yeah, I'd love to see Johnny Blaze in this universe, in the MCU, if they do it right, which I think they could. I really feel like Marvel's learned their lesson from their past mistakes. Unless I upload an angry video in a couple of days because I see the new Fantastic Four and they've ruined it, but I don't think they will. I have faith in them. But yeah, it's just really cool. This is a great issue. If you're really into Ghost Rider and the Fantastic Four, this is the one for you. So that's pretty much all the ones that we're going to bag on board. for this. But as you can see there, I've got a couple more goodies to see. But yeah, check that out. Great issue. So I also found some of my Silver Surfer stuff, and I know that we're not gonna get this version of the Silver Surfer, because we're gonna side with the Silver Surfer that's only been in 7 panels and was so successful that it never had its series. But whatever, I'm gonna be open-minded, and let's see if it's good. But I got these are really cool, because I went to a pawn shop, and the only issue that they didn't really have was issue 1, and this is a really great issue series. Look at that, it looks like a gray alien. So cool, man. So cool. Yeah, man. Norad! Surfing in the USA. Yeah, more surfing in the cosmos, right? Yeah, so it'll be cool. Hopefully we'll get to actually see the, Silver Surfer in the MCU. That'd be really sick. Doug Jones did a great job in the Rise of the Silver Surfer back in the day. And this is a really great series too. I want to promote this series free of charge, Marvel. But this is basically like Marvel did this really cool thing where it was like Marvel Knights. You can see it says like MK, and it was like these were for adults. So darker storylines, a lot of violence, a lot of gore, a lot of adult themes. And kids wouldn't really have the attention span for these type of storylines. Anyways, let me see if I can open this up and just show you how beautiful the art is. But this is basically like the end of the Silver Surfer story. Like if it was to ever like canonically end or whatever, something like that, this is how it would be. And the art in this is just absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, so Norad erased and the Silver Surfer was born. So it's so cool. Like, look at that. That is just awesome art. It's just all of this. I remember reading this as a kid and just being so blown away by all of this beautiful art. It's just great. Great stuff. And then look there, he's like, I miss my wife. So it'd be cool if she starts talking about Norad and how much she misses her husband. But I guess we'll have to see. I mean, I think it's going to be good. I just like to shit talk Marvel because, it's easy. But yeah, that's you got Spidey there. And this whole series is just great. I mean, if you're a huge fan of Norad and, the Silver Surfer, pick this series up. They got a really good graphic novel version of it. And, spoiler, obviously, like I said, this is like if he were to ever die. And if you're like, oh my god, Gill-boy, you ruined it. Well, it's called Requiem. Sorry if you don't know what that, word means. Mozart only has a badass song about it. So, but yeah, check out that series. It's really freaking cool. And yes, I subscribe to the Daily Bugle. I'm not in New York, but we here at the Lagoon still like to keep up with current events. And yeah, back in the day, Captain America died. Ooh, what's that? Oh yeah, that's going to be a special video coming out with all my Batman comics. But we're here to talk about Marvel, not DC. 2 other cool things I want to show you guys. This one kind of pertains to the Fantastic Four, and this is like Doctor Doom. I need to bag and board these bad boys. But it's Doctor Strange fighting, the evil Dark Doom, It's like when Doctor Doom turns on dark mode on his YouTube channel or like Google or whatever. But yeah, you got the Scarlet Witch there, and him teaching her how to harness her powers. Yeah, Doctor Doom, so sick. Look at that, really badass art in this too. But yeah, they end up facing off with a different version of like Doctor Doom or whatever, because he yeah, there it is. It's so badass. He's like, I am Doom and determined to remain so. Such a sick badass comic book. And then yeah, I also found this. It's Hulk, so it's not really Fantastic Four, but it's basically Hulk versus the Man-Thing. So it's pretty sick. And I always liked the Man-Thing. I always preferred Swamp Thing, but Man-Thing was pretty sick too. So I need to bag and board this bad boy. But yeah, it's a really great comic. You get some kind of like body horror stuff going on too, and yeah, it looks just it's so cool, man. You know, it's just so badass. You know, Marvel's got some great comics and a lot of great fun stuff. And you know, I'm excited to see it all play out or whatever. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys all go see Fantastic Four. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be good. I think we're in for a treat. I can't imagine it being unwatchable. The trailers look pretty good, and it's just gonna be a fun time. And if you don't know really where to start with Fantastic Four, I would recommend just picking up the Essentials. You know, it collects issues 1 through 20 and got the annual. You know, nothing beats the Jack Kirby runs. You know, this art is just beautiful, and you know, if you get the colored version of this, it's even more psychedelic and gorgeous and all of that stuff. So, big Fantastic Four fan. I'm really hoping the movie lives up to how awesome the Fantastic Four are. But in saying that, you know, it really can't be as worse as the last Fantastic Four movie. So, or can it? That would be impressive, wouldn't it? But I don't know. I'm excited to see Pedro Pascal and, you know, the dude from Stranger Things, and I think it's going to be fun. But yeah, there's not much more to this movie, I guess, or video, excuse me. But I guess I'll just show you this just so we can fully geek out. But I was lucky to get Fantastic Four on VHS. This is kind of a rare VHS, and I'm about to put this bad boy in, and I had to go get me some more brandy because freaking Melkor drank it all. But I'm going to enjoy some brandy and watch the old G one and get hyped up and ready. I'm going to watch all the Fantastic Four movies and then go see the new one. And I'm going to watch that unwatchable one before I go see the new one, because surely nothing can be as bad as that, right? So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I appreciate you guys all hanging out at the Lagoon with me. And I guess I'll see you whenever I guess I'll see you guys on Wednesday with my Predator bag and boarding video, and then my first thoughts video on this badass new Fantastic Four movie that's going to be based off the greatest Marvel run of all time. So until then, stay salty, stay spooky. See you guys later. Flame on!